Welcome to Richard Rawls' Daily Meditation from the Centre for Action and Contemplation. The theme that the Centre for Action and Contemplation has designated this week is solidarity, and the title of the meditation for today, Tuesday the 26th of May 2020, is The Second Conversion. And this is what Richard Rawls writes. If the first conversion to solidarity is to befriend or experience compassion for the poor, the second conversion to solidarity is anger at the unjust situation that caused their poverty. Many people never reach this stage of anger at injustice, especially in the United States. Our cultural worship of individualism and bootstrap mentality deprives us of the capacity to empathize with people in need and recognize systemic oppression. When we are in the middle or upper tier of privilege, it is almost impossible to see the many ways the system helped us succeed. We cannot recognize or overcome this agreed-upon delusion as isolated individuals, mostly because it is held together by the group consensus. The dominant group in any country or context normally cannot see its own lies. We have to pay attention to whomever is saying, "I can't breathe," to recognize the biases at work. This often changes when, through friendship with people of different backgrounds and life experiences, we witness mistreatment and marginalization. We get to know someone outside our immediate social circle. Our sister falls in love with someone from another race, religion, or culture. Our grandchild is transgender. We see all the ways of life is more difficult for them than it needs to be. We feel their pain instead of standing apart at a safe distance. Anger is a necessary, appropriate, and useful response to this kind of injustice. It is the beginning of social critique and helps us to protect the appropriate boundaries for ourselves and others. Yet anger can be dangerous too. When it hangs around too long, it can become self-defeating and egocentric. Then it distorts the message it came to offer us. We can become so intent on pointing out problems that we are never actually willing to be part of the solution. As I like to say, the best criticism of the bad is the practice of the better, not more criticism. The question of true conversion and solidarity is, how can I work through my anger and get to the other side so that I can be a life-giving presence with and for those who are most suffering? For oppressed communities, however, anger can be a form of survival, a necessary stage on the path toward healing. Listening to such anger with compassionate friendship can be itself a form of solidarity. As my colleague Barbara Holmes writes, quote, "Many spiritual traditions warn us against anger. We are told that anger provides fertile ground for seeds of discontent, anxiety, and potential harm to self and others. This is true. However, when systems of injustice inflict generational abuses upon people and communities because of their ethnicity, race, sexuality, and/or gender, anger as righteous indignation is appropriate, healthy, and necessary for survival. Until the killing of black and brown people stops, all peaceful methods of resistance are appropriate. Right now, our anger is truth, and our anger is a sacred part of our humanity and our faith." Here ends today's meditation. And again, can I encourage you to sign up for the daily meditations on the Centre for Action and Contemplation website, which will be delivered to you each day in your email in tray, and you'll be able to read these meditations at leisure.